Hey guys, I'm Kate Simsley and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you found us, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we are building a treehouse in The Sims 4. This treehouse is a treehouse. I actually was inspired by the idea because my daughter keeps bothering me. She wants a treehouse. I'm not a carpenter. I don't climb trees. So that's not happening. Never mind, the only tree we have is like half dead and pieces of it keep falling off. So, yeah, she's not getting a treehouse. But I told her I would build her one in The Sims, so this is what I'm doing. There's a lot of me fiddling with the roof. I did cut a ton of it out. But, yeah, it takes me a while to get the roof situated around the tree. I made, like, a little hole, but it's covered. Like, there is glass roofing there. And, yeah, I love the way that it turned out. I'm pretty happy with it, but it did take a long time of fiddling with the roof. So you can watch this come together. It's not too long to come together. Like I said, most of it is me fiddling with the roof and getting the tree placed right. It was kind of a pain in the butt. It's a debunked tree, so when you zoom in close, the tree will disappear. So like when you're playing, the tree won't block your view and stuff. But it kept popping up onto the deck, and it was driving me insane. But yeah, I ended up getting it to work, and I'm pretty happy with it. I hope that you guys enjoy it too. I am getting really excited for the new pack. I guess it's out in like, I don't know, 6-7 days, something like that. Not long anyway. What are we at, the 17th? Like 5 days. I'm doing the review of the pack for Sim.Magazine, Magazine, so the minute it comes out, I'm going to actually be playing the game. And I've been watching James Turner. He's doing a Let's Play with the new pack, and it looks so fun. Like, there's so much stuff you can do, especially with the animals. Like, it's kind of cool. I'm really liking it. I like that you have to buy produce to cook certain foods. I like that you have to interact with the animals. And there's competitions to enter. It looks so neat. I love it. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm really excited, and I'm going to write the review on it, which I've already started. I got the outline all done and ready. But yeah, I want to add the details from the pack and let everyone know what it's really about. It looks super cool, and I'm really excited. And I know a lot of people in the community are excited because farming was like a big thing. Everyone wanted farming. And while we didn't get farming, this is kind of like farming. Like, you can have a little farm. No problem. There's so many new plants and stuff that literally your imagination is the only thing stopping you. But anyway, you can see I'm still fiddling with the roof. I went inside and made the floor plan, but then I had to change the roof because the house got bigger, and yeah, it takes me a lot. But there's a little gap, and the tree's kind of growing through the gap, so I thought that was cool. But like I said, there is a glass roof in there, so it is all covered. It shouldn't, rain in the house or anything. And it shouldn't at all affect the temperature in the house. I don't think it does anyway, because there is technically a roof there. I don't think it affects the temperature. But it was a pain in my butt. It really was. But yeah, see, there's a hole there that the tree grows through, and I think that's really fun. I think in real life, it'd be kind of cool to live in a treehouse, but I'm pretty sure you'd get bugs, because, bugs live in trees. What about, squirrels and stuff? Would they, come in your house because they live in the tree? I wonder how that would work. I know there's, hotels and stuff that are tree houses, and you can go stay there. I don't know where they are exactly, but I do know they exist. And I know there are people that have their houses in trees. I should find one and ask them if they get bugs in their house. I'm very curious. Anyway, we're going to fiddle with the roof a little bit more before we move in and start working on this house. I thought I cut this out, to be honest with you. I guess I didn't. I cut out a lot, but I guess I left that. We're just placing this little, long bench on the front porch there, which I thought was super fitting for this build. And yeah, that's about it. I've been, not doing a lot. It's been really, really hot where I live, so I love that. There actually was a tornado in the city that I live in. The other day, we went for a drive. We went up north for the day, just to drive and water. My kid was miserable, and he really likes the car. So we put him in the car, we went for a drive, an hour away, we came back, and on our way, the sky got, super dark. It went black, randomly. And it started torrentially pouring. I cannot drive in the rain. I hate it. I would rather drive in a snowstorm, a blizzard, anything. Rain screws me up. The road gets shiny and you can't really see the lines, and oh, it's too much. And then when cars go by, they put like water all over your windshield. Stresses me out. So I instantly, it's about the only thing in life that gives me anxiety. But it does. So I moved over to the slow lane on the highway, and I just slowed down. All of a sudden, there wasn't many cars. Like, I don't know if they knew something I didn't know, but a lot of cars, like, got off the highway, I guess, and disappeared. So there wasn't much traffic. So it wasn't too bad. But, like, there was a point you couldn't even see the front of the car. It was horrible. But, we ended up making it up to where we were going. We hung out. We came back. It was fine. We got home, and the rain that we ran into on our way, I guess, followed us home. So it's like downpouring, whatever. My son loved it. He wanted to go outside, so I let him out front. Actually, I didn't let him. He, like, left and went out front. So I stood out front with him, and he was, like, dancing away in the rain. It was fun and funny. And then all of a sudden, my phone alerted. Like, it's like the Amber Alert sound. It's like, dano, dano, dano. And it told us to take cover immediately. But as it did this, I looked up, and the sky was clearing up. Like, it was bright and sunny. So I'm like, I think they're a few minutes late, don't you think? Like, I couldn't figure it out, so we stayed outside and danced in the rain, went over for about 10 minutes. We came in, and I went online. And as I pulled up online to go, like, on, I don't know when I was going on Facebook or something to message my mom, she ended up calling me. And she's like, there was a tornado. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, there was a tornado. Luckily, it was on the other side. Like, I live right by the lake, and it was literally on the other side of the lake, so it wasn't near my house. But sure enough, there was a tornado, and it, like, destroyed a subdivision across the lake for me, right up the road from my parents' house. And, yeah, it wasn't good. But I'm like, wow, we were dancing out in the rain. I guess we were dancing outside in a tornado. So that was a little bit stressful to think about. And when I went looking online for, like, pictures from the tornado, it turned out that everywhere I went that day, there were tornadoes. So the black sky when I was driving is because just off the highway from where I was another tornado. So they were all around me. I felt bad. I'm like, I think I brought them here. It's my fault. But everybody was okay. Nobody was, like, seriously injured. All the injuries were, like, minor. But it was sad. I did see a video online, and a woman came upstairs from her basement where they had been hiding, I guess, during the storm. And she was like, oh my god. Like, and you could see stuff was all strewn everywhere. She's like, oh my god. And she opens the front door and walks outside. And there's just stuff. Somebody's roof was literally on the end of her lawn. And she's like, oh my god. And she turned around and started sobbing. Oh, it was heartbreaking. The top half of her house was gone. Like, it was a 2-story house. You thought it was a bungalow. There was no top story. It, like, caved all in on itself. And she had no idea. Like, when she came up from the basement, she had no clue. It was so sad. So there are a lot of people, like, displaced, and they're going to have to deal with insurance, and it sucks, because it can take a really long time for insurance to come and get it all fixed up. Like, some people needed whole houses rebuilt. Like, it's just terrible. But thankfully, no one was hurt. Like, thank God. We don't get tornadoes often. Actually, the last tornado in our city where I live was 32 years ago. So we don't get them often. Outside of town, there's little ones all the time in farmers' fields or whatever, but not here. This is the first one in 32 years that's hit houses. So it's pretty upsetting. And like I said, it was right up the street from my parents' house. And my parents don't have a basement. They live in, like, a little cottage-style house. I've actually tried to build their house several times in The Sims. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I said that to them. I'm like, I think there's something between your walls. Because no matter what you do, you cannot create the layout of their house. And, like, it could just be that it's Sims. It's hard sometimes. But something is off about their house. But it's a cute little house. It used to be my grandmother's house. And she passed away, and now it's their house. And I absolutely adore it. Hopefully one day it's my house. Not that I want my parents to die, but I want that house. It's so cute. But it's a cute little cottagey house, and it has no basement. So, like, if there's a tornado, there's really nowhere for them to hide. And I told my mom, I'm like, if ever that happens, go into the closet. At least there's no windows and stuff there. Like, you might be okay. She's like, oh, I can't get in her closet. It's full. I'm like, well, you might want to clean it out. But yeah, they were okay. Thankfully, everybody I know was okay. Nobody was injured. But, like, it started popping up on your phone and everything to check in and let everybody know you're all right. But yeah, that was my day the other day. That was a really long story. I'm sorry. You probably didn't need to know all that. But it was interesting. And like I said, I was dancing in the rain tornado. So that was kind of funny. Like, in hindsight. But yeah, this, I just finished the whole house and talked over it. So hopefully you saw that. It's pretty basic. Like, it's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. There's a little kitchen. Oh, I just clicked my teeth. And now we're moving on to the bedroom. I put this little chair from Snowscape. I put the chair in a lot of builds because it's got the... I like the ones that have, like, the blanket thrown over them because it's more realistic. Like, I throw everything on the chair when I had a chair in my room. I just removed it not long ago. But everything went on there. And I like that a lot. So we're going to paint this bedroom. And we're going to put up some curtains. I ended up using these, like, sheer curtains. I'm not really fond of them, but they were, like, the best fit for these windows. Like, I like that we have the curved windows, but then there's, like, no curtains to go on them. And you don't need curtains. I could put curtains halfway up them, that kind of stuff, but I just didn't want to. That new picture there from the Dream Home Decorator, I am in love with it. Like, I want that picture in my house in real life. I love the color, the picture, everything. I think it's just fantastic. I originally started with this, like, teal color on the walls, but I thought it was, like, a little much. So I switched it out to the light blue, and it keeps it bright and airy. And that's kind of the goal I wanted in this house. I figure if you're living in a tree, you like the outdoors, and you want, like, sunshine. So I tried to keep it bright and airy, and I didn't put huge windows in this room, so I wanted to make sure it didn't seem closed off and dark. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I think I put a lamp in this corner. That's little, lamp thing. I don't think I keep that one. I think I changed it out yet. I put that little tall lamp or whatever it is there. And, I'm happy with it. I put some carpets. I always put a carpet at the kitchen sink, because I can't stand doing dishes if there's no carpet on the floor. So I put one there, and I end up, I put the notes landing thing on the wall here. I think there's a little bulletin board where they write down what they have to do or what you need to shop for. And yeah, then we're going to paint the kitchen living area. I end up doing it. I chose that. I never used this wallpaper, but I really wanted to use it. Got it in the gray and I didn't like it. I found a green swatch that was plain. I put that in the kitchen and put this leaf one around the living room. And I separate it with a beam there. I end up running the beam across and hanging some lights so it separates the 2 rooms. And I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Usually when I'm building, I always, if I'm playing the game, there has to be a stereo in my kitchen. In real life, I don't have one, but I have my phone, right? But like, if you have a stereo in the kitchen and your sim is in a bad mood, they can listen to music while they cook, and then they get happy. So I always have a stereo in the kitchen. That way when I'm cooking, I can listen to music, or when they're eating, they can listen to it. It works out well. If you sit in the kitchen, obviously, not being told. But it helps to have the stereo to help get your Sims happy. Granted, I find it pretty easy to get your Sims happy. Like, it's a little unrealistic. It's not very often your Sim is in a bad mood for a long time. But yeah, let me know what's been going on with you, what you've been up to. Are you guys excited for this new pack? Will you be buying it right away? Have you already bought it? I got the early release, like as soon as they announced it, I bought it, and then you get like all this content with it. I guess you get like a little gnome thing, a different bike, and something else. So I'm pretty excited for that. And yeah, let me know if you guys are getting it. And like I said, I'm going to be reviewing it for Simmed Up, so I will have a video on here. As I go through the items and review and everything, I will be creating a video. So if you're not getting it right away and you want to know what's in there, I will have a video about that, and you can check it out. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and then that way. And hit the notification bell, and it'll let you know every time I upload, and then you'll see that video right away. I'm going to try and get it out right on that day or the day after. It's just going to depend how much I've got going on and what I have to do. But it shouldn't be too long after. It'll probably be that day or the day after. I'll make a quick one anyway. Yeah, so there's a fly buzzing around my head. We're doing the main area. When you first walk up, there's like a porch downstairs, so I set it up as like a little living area, and I thought that was really cute. I put a little fireplace down there and a couch. There is also going to be a chess table, a picnic table, and a barbecue. So your Sims can hang out down there as well, and it's all covered, so when it's raining, they can still be outside, but they're covered. And I liked that idea. I would like that. I love covered porches. My house doesn't have a covered porch, but I have 2 sunrooms. Like, there's a sunroom at the front and a sunroom at the back. And especially when it's like a thunderstorm or raining, I'm always sitting in the sunroom. I love it. My front one I've ignored right now because we have like... This year there's been caterpillars. Like thousands of caterpillars everywhere. Which, fine, they're caterpillars, not a big deal. But now they've turned into moths. So there are thousands of moths everywhere. And they like attack you when you go outside. They don't bite, they don't nothing. They just bump into you and it's really freaking gross. I don't like bugs very much. Like caterpillars, fine, they're cute, they're fluffy, whatever. But it turns out that everybody's been picking up the caterpillars and they get a rash. I guess these caterpillars have some kind of like something in them that's making everyone get a rash. I didn't get a rash, and I picked up like 1,000 of them and put them on the tree, which is probably a bad idea because it turns out they eat the tree. My tree's already dying, it's going to fall on my house. But now they're moths, and they're everywhere. Like, I can't even stress. Like, they're everywhere. Not even funny. Thousands of them. If you go outside, they're there. And, like, they swarm around things. Oh, it's awful. They're so ugly. But that's nature. What do you do? But yeah, there's a lot of them, and I don't like it. And I guess I was reading a thing the other day that said the next year is going to be the same. That there's going to be more again. There's always something. Sometimes it's ladybugs. Sometimes it's... I don't know. But there's always something. This year it was caterpillars, and now it's moths. And I hate them, and I wish they would go away. Like, I love summer. Love it. However, the bugs, they suck. But as soon as it gets cold here, they're all dead anyway. So it's fine. And it'll be cold probably in another... let's say 2 months. September it starts to get cold. Which sucks, but it is what it is. So I put a pond out in the back here. Wow, I'm just rambling about nothing. I put a pond out in the back, and I just surrounded it with plants. And I don't know if it's a pond or a pool. It's not a pond. I don't know if it's a fountain or a pool. I can't remember which I use. I think it's a pool. You can swim in it. I'm pretty sure I put a ladder in it. But yeah, your Sims can swim in there if they wanted to. It's pretty nasty. I end up making the water like that murky color. So it's pretty gross looking, but like they can swim, and it doesn't seem to bother them what color the water is. But I had to make the water clear again so I could see where I was placing the lights. And I do put it back to the murky one, and I add a little lamppost back there, and I think it's really cute. I add some landscaping around the edge, and yeah, that's about it. We're coming to the end, so we're going to go to screenshots in a few minutes, and let me know if you like this build. Give it a big thumbs up. That would really, really help me out, and I would really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let me know if you're excited for the build. Tell me anything. I love getting comments. They make me super happy. And stay tuned for the next one. Have a spectacular day. Bye!